are generally very tonally flat, so they can handle overexposure very well.
Well, welcome to this first episode of a new series called Sample Rolls. My name is Mark, and through this series, we'll explore various less common film stock options with the goal of sharing sample images along with video footage from when those images were taken. These videos are not meant as comparison videos or in-depth technical reviews, but more as a sharing my experience shooting these films and providing examples of what people can expect from a bit more niche or expired films. Today's film is Kodak Vericolor III in ISO 160. The specific roll expired in 1996 and the storage conditions were unknown. I went online to look for the datasheet and found a few information from there. Already at the time, even though it's a 160 film, they mentioned many photographers prefer to use it at EI 125. So instead of rating it at 160, they give it a bit more light and rate it at 125. It's described as having moderate contrast, moderate color saturation, and these characteristics are there to maximize the retention of highlights and shadow details. If you're already familiar with expired film, you might have come across a rule that says you should add one stop of light for each decade of expiration. Given that this film was expired around 26 years ago, I decided to rate it at 25 following the recommendation from my friend Alex. So here this roll was shot as part of one of the monthly Ireland analog photo walks. This time we went to Tramore, County Waterford. This is on the east coast of Ireland. It was quite a sunny day, so we're pretty lucky here because loading ISO 25 in Ireland, I was not super confident it was a good idea. But yeah, overall I'm pretty pleased with the results. We'll jump into Lightroom now and kind of have a look through the different pictures from that roll. Unfortunately, it was just one roll, so I have 12 images to look from, but yeah, should be enough. So here, this is the first image, first of the roll, kind of a classic. I don't get a lot of these on 120. This is quite nice. You can see not any major color cast or effects from the film being expired 26 years ago. Maybe it's a bit flat and desaturated, but really we can see there's still plenty of details everywhere. This was quite a bright scene, not a lot of shadows, but we see as we go through there's still quite a lot of details across the range. You'll notice on the right side I haven't done too much to the picture, maybe warmed it up a little, added some saturation and vibrance, that's about it. This one, similar idea here, made it slightly darker actually. I found it a bit flat and a bit too bright, especially in the sky, so toned this down a little bit. Here it's part of the group at the photo walk, so not a whole lot done to the picture. This one is probably one of the ones I worked on the most, simply because there wasn't a lot of colors to play with. You'll also notice there's a few white dots here. This is the only thing I found came on a lot of the pictures, these sort of white dots. Nothing too bad, but yeah, just easy to remove with the tool in Lightroom. Add a bit of contrast, remove some exposure, add some saturation, and kind of the trick was done here. I'll continue a bit here again. Fairly standard looking. There's a bit of vignetting here, I think, but this should be unrelated. I was surprised also. It's fairly sharp. I remember this scene here being around shutter speed 1/30th or 1/60th of a second on the Yashica Mat. So it's fairly sharp for what it is. You'll see the next one is not quite as sharp, but this one's not too bad. Yeah, this one here we can see a bit of blurry from not standing still. So this is one of the jumping spots so people can see swim. Continue here. This is another one, added again a bit of saturation, vibrance, dropped down the highlights, added some contrast, but overall not a whole lot done on the picture. Here again, coastal, you kind of get the idea now. Keep going there. This one I don't think I've done a whole lot much. Warmed up the grass, made the sky slightly darker. And then I finished the roll when I got home. So this is around suburban Dublin, just houses in the area. Again, quite sunny day in October in Ireland, which is not super common. A couple of houses for Halloween, so we can just zoom in here so you can see some of the decorations. This is a White House, specifically lit up here, so there's still a bit of detail. It's quite bright. The sky is a bit overcast, and again we've got a couple of these white dots, but nothing too extreme. I think it still turned out well. If we compare before and after, not a whole lot done here. The last one's really more of the same. Maybe it was a bit heavy on the warm here in the whites, but yeah, more of the same. So overall, that's it really for this roll. I'm quite pleased how it turned out. I was really not super confident loading the film in, but yeah, you can see pictures turned out fairly well exposed for all of them. Colors turned out good, nothing too crazy going on there. So yeah, I'm very happy with this one. It's a shame I only had one roll. So yes, this is it. I'll leave some of the pictures rolling at the end. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.